today we are going to be watching I tried building AI Slop in real life. Honestly, I'm pretty excited because I see a lot of Sloppa on Twitter, and maybe he'll make me some shoes with some beer in it. I don't know, just taking a guess. Let's see.
AI. I know you're sick of those letters because I am absolutely done with those letters.
Hey!
I mean, look at all this AI slop.
Whoa! Dude, for AI Slop, I feel bad for people who do like services. Does that make sense? Like, let's say people go to get their nails done, and I feel like people always bring in like reference images that are impossible. They're like, hey, can you make my nails look like they're like these giant fish coming off of my fingers? Like, that has to happen a lot. Or like haircuts, maybe like fashion stuff.
How am I even supposed to compete with this? It can take months to engineer a video
Whoa!
idea, and sometimes it's not even good. But an AI slop account can rip off that idea 100 different ways in minutes. And I'm not even sure if people can tell the difference.
But what if we flip things around? Instead of
What the? It started snowing really fast. Is he at the playoff game?
AI stealing our ideas, we steal AI's ideas?
Yes!
All I have to do is find some slop with a couple million views, build those ideas.
Aquarium toilet. If that was real, is that not crazy animal abuse? Like, imagine your friend says, hey, I gotta go take a piss. Where's your bathroom? You point, and they have to go pee on top of like 100 goldfish. It would be like a goldfish shower.
Ideas in real life, and then rake in even more than millions of views and prove that human content is superior to AI. That's of course assuming that I can make real content that's better than AI slop content, which
Is that
I
a
mean, of course
dinosaur?
I can, right?
Dude, whoever made this video is advertising to the correct market. You know, mom and pop were looking at Twitter and they are on Facebook and they're like, I need this. Dude, the Kroger's gonna hate to see me coming. But imagine it was like Uma Musume, but it was old people riding these mobility scooters with horses on them. Dude, the gamble would go crazy.
So this is the first
Over 1 million views? Oh my god!
first sloppy slop that caught my eye. It's a horse mobility scooter. And I don't know why, but the AI accounts seem to have a thing for horses. Like they have horse mopeds, horse motorcycles, horse robots.
Can that go through the drive-thru? Like, imagine showing up to Whataburger at 12 in the morning and you're riding a giant mechanical horse.
I think that this is probably the best version of that idea, though, because your target audience will be boomers, and they can't tell that it's fake.
That's what I said!
AI doesn't seem to know whether the horses are supposed to be alive or not.
They're
I think
confused.
all I need to build this is a mobility scooter and a horse. So I called a guy that you've probably seen before who knows a ton about scooters. That's right, Michael Reeves.
What?
His engineering friend, Tommy Wong.
Dang! Wait, this is cool! Everybody knows each other and they're nice and they help each other out. Dude, the science and engineering community on YouTube is a huge W.
Yeah, mind the bees.
Oh my god, Tommy!
Why are there
What?
so many bees in your garage?
Dude, I had bees, and then I didn't know that my neighbors had wasps, and they came over in like a giant raid and just destroyed every single bee until they fell and they died. It was very sad.
This place is awesome. You've got everything in here. You've got a little Hello Kitty bike. You've got anime.
What?
You've got rotten cat food. We have
Ew!
Okay, yeah, I see.
Tommy has a mental illness that I think is called whoring.
One time I made a potato cannon and I put a bunch of these stickers all over it. It was so fun.
No, I mean hoarding, which means he's got all the garbage that I need to make a real horse mobility scooter.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Is this a carousel horse? Yeah, it's real wood and everything.
Cool!
You ever sat on this? No, I'm kind of scared too.
Oh my god! What was the name of him from SpongeBob? And then they put the quarter up his butt. Oh, what was his name? Dream, something like that. Mystery! Yes.
Oh! You actually just show up and break my horse? Yeah, but okay, so Tommy, is it okay if we use this horse?
Back when this horse was on a carousel, it probably had a big brass pole going right through its horse hole. But for some reason, Tommy's just had this crappy piece of wood holding it up. So I reused the mobility scooter's chair to weld up a frame with a pipe to stick the horse onto.
Oh, yeah, look, it goes right...
Oh, I feel like I'm not supposed to be seeing this. This feels inappropriate. Right at the horse Gucci, my god.
Right in the horse hole now.
Whoa!
And then Tommy helped me replace the mobility scooter's dead speed controller with a much better one.
Some senile moron used tiny 24-volt batteries when you could just use 2 LiPo batteries to get 48 volts. So
Dude, I love battery science. I have to use a battery, sorry for the immersion break, for my mocap suit. And I just got an email like last month from Amazon saying that I need to return it because apparently they spontaneously combust. Well, I'm still alive.
So this thing should go twice as fast. I don't know why they didn't think of this before. Whoa!
Now me and Tommy just have to lay pipe up the horse's hole.
What?
Now you might be thinking to yourself,
I mean, I thought you weren't supposed to loot the horses. Side games? Get him!
but Alan, how are you supposed to steer this thing? This handlebar doesn't turn. Well, don't you worry, because me and Tommy have bypassed the entire horse and built the world's first mobility scooter with foot steering, which is great for people who want to use a mobility scooter, but their legs still work.
Do you think this would be cool for like a whimsical Meemaw? Like if she just showed up at Walmart, just riding this thing around? Honestly, I would respect it, but also I live in Florida, so this is just kind of like a normal thing to me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Look at this thing. This looks way better than the AI version.
But even if it looks good and works good, it doesn't mean it'll make a good short. And also, it doesn't really work that good.
Aww.
3, 2, 1.
Not a through street. Maybe they meant thorough street, like you can't ride thoroughbreds. I'm sorry, just started tomatoes.
Oh my god. Oh, the steering, oh my god, the steering is really bad. It doesn't like to steer. Oh my god. Oh, there's no brake. Oh,
It needs
no
power
brake,
steering.
I can't steer.
It's got too much horsepower! Dude, he's riding dirty. Now I kind of want a Costco pizza, dude. Why is it so good? Also, the cheese pizza is amazing, especially if it's hot. That's actually very random lore drop, but a long time ago, I used to have a Red Octopus plushie that was like a Squishmallow that I bought at Costco, named Pizza, because I love the pizza at Costco. And then now, that's why you see what you do today. Wahaha! Dude, this is gonna sound lewd, but I don't even mean it lewd. I don't like Costco hot dogs because they're too big. Like, sometimes it's just, like, too much. Like, I would rather just have, like, a thinner hot dog with, like, just cheese sauce on top.
Okay, it has been about 30 minutes now. I've uploaded this short onto Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I didn't provide any context. Like, I don't want people to watch this just to beat AI. I just want to know straight up, raw dog, if people like this more or less than the original. So I use the same description as the AI Slop and the same caption, same editing style, same length, same everything.
He should have rented a grandma. Like, if you want to, like, advertise to that group of people, you need to, like, do a rent a grandma day.
And so far, things are looking bad. Like, it's not a good sign when the platform analytics are telling you in plain English that your video is terrible. Hey.
Oh, dude, that was the biggest mental boom when I started posting on YouTube. If you don't know, if you post a YouTube video, it ranks it against the last 10 videos you posted. So it'll be like, yeah, this video was a 10 out of 10. Might as well just...
So we noticed that you suck. Can we figure out why? Yeah. Looking back on this, I think the problem is a mobility scooter needs an actual boomer to be on top.
That's what I said, dude! Guys, I should make mobility scooters for old people. I get it.
Otherwise, it's just a random YouTube guy on a carousel horse. Like,
well, what's something that 2 old people could ride together? Because then it's like a community event. Like maybe like a giant dragon? Or like, what else do old people like? Me? No, now we're done with this. We're done with this. I should never ask.
The idea just doesn't come together otherwise. So right now we're at 2,000 views on YouTube and Instagram and 400 views on TikTok. This is probably not gonna get over 1 million views. So like, whatever idea I steal next has got to be something I can build as visually close to the original Slop as possible.
Dude, there's something I had to tell you from like a girl's fashion point. For a little while back in the day, there was this trend of see-through shoes. Like this. But people would wear them like tailgating and stuff. They are disgusting in real life because you're like, oh, okay, maybe they're just like advertising to the foot gooners. Like you can see a lady's feet in them. But think about sweat. So like it's 90% condensation. Just nasty, nasty foot water smearing down the sides. It is so gross.
Possible. But before that, I've got to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Upside.
I was collecting points on this fast food app that will remain unnamed, but then my account crashed and I lost all of my points. This is a true story, but now I've got Upside,
Which is a free app that
Ooh, well, the downside is you had to order Burger King.
gives you extra cash back on your everyday purchases.
You can even get cash back on gas for you and your car.
There's no confusing point system, no digital coupons. It's actual money that you can transfer straight to your bank account. This is a pizza place by me with a 28% cashback offer. And that's cashback on top of any cashback or rewards you're already getting with your credit card. Just claim the offer in the app, pay for it with a credit card.
Oh, yeah,
I hate olives. I also hate peppers. Maybe I'm a picky eater. I also don't like pepperoni.
Card like normal, and follow the next steps in the app to get paid. There's over 100,000 gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants on the Upside app.
Upside's given back over $1 billion to its users so far. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code AlanPan to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. It helps support the channel, and you get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas with promo
I love
code
a visual
AlanPan.
gag.
And thanks again to Upside for sponsoring this video. Oh look, an AI
Woo! Damn, that's a lot of head. Who poured that?
Beer mug high heels. This is giving a ton of that like thanks I hate it kind of energy where it's disgusting but you can't look away. There's actually a ton of like other beer filled things and
I don't trust any caption that includes an emoji. Like, I know you're just straight up lying.
AI Slop, but for whatever reason, like beer heels is definitely the hardest to not watch. So pros, I think this project actually looks very doable in real life. Honestly, the hardest part will be finding someone to model them. Cons, it has over 10 million views.
Damn. Dude, they're just farming. Look at that. Kids' aquarium beds. Dude, people have no respect for fish. Like, they're just constantly abused. Like, think about it. How many people know, like, the, I guess, statement, or what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, the theory of, like, fish in a bag. Like, does that fish want to be in that bag? Probably not.
So somehow I have to make something real that looks even better at being worse than this. But after some challenging attempts at combining a high heel with a beer mug, I decided this project should be 3D printed. So then I did something that would terrify even Jeff Bezos. I hired a human being to design the shoes, and then I got it printed at a brick and mortar small business.
Don't tell Jeff Bezos about this. He's just gonna start having the people pee in there. What? I swear to God, I speak English.
Oh, you put them on a turntable.
Whoa!
How long did this take you, like man-hour wise?
Probably 30 hours.
Yeah.
Damn! Imagine spending 30 hours on this. Like, every single day, you gotta make enough room for the toes.
Labor.
I put clear coat on, and the clear coat didn't go well, so I just stripped the clear coat.
Looks
and then
good!
For polishing, it became frustrating.
Dude, honestly, if I was them, I would take the same idea that they have right now with these shoes, but make them into cowboy boots and then sell them. You could even sell them to like big companies like bars. Like I used to work at a bar that was Texas themed. And if you ordered like a cowboy boot full of beer, that would sell like crazy.
Son of a fucking bitch.
So thank you to Vision Miner for torturing one of your employees for an entire week to replicate something a slopsmith probably made in 3 seconds.
Looks
so
good.
Then I packed my bags to do a fashion photo shoot with my good friend Crescent Shay.
Alan's kidnapped me here in a foreign country and I can't escape.
She makes real fantastical clothing that looks so good it could be AI.
It's cool. It's a cool concept. I mean, like, it has the hint of something that you want to put in the world, but isn't super realistic.
Okay, now this is a step beyond, okay? No pun intended. But like, there's foot gooners. Like, imagine doing a shoey, but it's actually a shoey full of beer and a beautiful woman stepped in it. Like, that would sell like crazy.
What do you think is in this box, Shay?
Beer shoes.
There we go.
No, these are actually really good.
And even though I had zero experience as a fashion photographer, I was still dog shit at filming fashion.
What? There's a bug in there?
Also, turns out in real life, it's impossible to walk in beer shoes.
VTuber viewers on the floor. Hello.
No, there's no grip.
So,
You spilled that, don't worry, I got
this
it.
is the best I could do.
Too much head.
Oh yeah, I like the tilt. Nice.
Oh my God, maybe if she clicks her heels 3 times, she'll go back to Alabama. I don't know, Mississippi, where else do people like to drink? Louisiana?
and dynamic.
Don't actually know if I can walk. It is like a sad shuffle. This sucks.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God! That is disgusting! Me next.
So it didn't turn out quite as clean as the AI version, but it's actually been about 30 minutes since I put this short up. It's actually doing way better, especially on Instagram. It's already got over 20,000 views, and the reactions are exactly what I was hoping for. Some things were not meant to be created. Ain't no way to fake that kind of instant revulsion. Brilliant. I miss the person I was before I saw this. There are more weird comments than I
Everybody's chugging.
was expecting, but I think these are mostly just like edgelords trying to be funny, and honestly,
It was funny
says
to
more about
me.
Quentin Tarantino than it does about the shoes. So I'm just gonna let these simmer. You never know, but just to be
That was
safe,
funny.
I'm gonna try to build one more slop.
This is just evil, man. This is disgusting. Poor little fish. Like, can you imagine swimming around in piss all day? I mean, just go to Galveston.
This is
I am Galveston Beach's biggest hater, by the way. I just really gotta let you know because I mention it at least like once a week. I hate that place.
one of the biggest AI slop shorts I've found, and I have no idea why. It is 61 seconds long of just
Jeez.
this. And I'm sorry, I have questions. How are you supposed to feed these fish? Do you just piss and shit into where they live? What happens when you try
That's
and
what I was
flush one of
wondering.
these things? Nobody knows. But this short still has 14 million views.
Dude. And if you take a dookie doo-doo, you're literally getting Poseidon's kiss.
This one's gonna be hard, but hear me out. That's why it'll work. I think the other shorts might have actually been like too realistic, but if I make an aquarium toilet that looks anything like the short and works even a little bit like
Okay, this is kind of random. My dad keeps making me laugh with his comments because it's like the same energy that Fart Booty has. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they have like the same like typing format.
but if I make an aquarium toilet that looks anything like the short and works even a little bit like a toilet, people might watch that more than the AI version.
So
How
the
do you
first
feed them?
problem is that toilets
Oh, damn! Wait, when does your pee turn that yellow? There has definitely been, UTI.
aren't aquariums. But apparently you can make your own custom aquarium out of acrylic sheets. And lucky enough, I have an acrylic guy. Wait, I mean, I have an acrylic guy.
Oh, hi.
Where are you gonna put this?
I strive to have a garage just full of random stuff. Like, that would be awesome. Oh! Why is the toilet looking at me like that? Guys, I still have this idea that I think would be really good. Every bar should have a toilet or like a urinal system where there's like a target, and you know how whenever you go and you like shoot like the water at the theme parks and stuff like that, and you have to like race, like you and your friends can go to the bathroom and you can see who can like pee on the target the fastest. I think that would be huge. I think people would go there all the time.
First, I was a little worried because the toilet diagram I gave Davis wasn't the most detailed. But somehow he was able to turn that into a straight-up gunpla toilet kit.
This looks clean as hell.
I know you can't see it, but
They already exist. I was gonna go on Shark Tank with that. Dude, Barbara was gonna say no, but I still had a chance with everybody else.
there is an invisible toilet lying on this sheet.
So then we glued all of
Whoa!
the acrylic sheets in the toilet kit together with this really cool chemical that's illegal in California.
What?
But it's okay, because we actually filmed this
King of the
in
Hill
Texas.
You know,
Mansion!
like how in cartoons they try and
There is some stuff in Texas that they ID you for. Like when I would go to Fry's, they would ID me for Sharpies. You had to be 18 to buy Sharpies. And you also had to be ID'd to buy spray cans for your keyboard because people was like,
show things are invisible by like making them like a dotted line. That's what it looks like, a cartoon invisible toilet.
This is really cool.
That is
Now,
really
I could've
cool.
just stopped right here and put this thing in my bathroom and filled it with fish, but I am mentally ill. So next we installed a fully functional flush tank.
That's a hamster wheel, right? That's for peanut butter.
And real transparent toilet plumbing.
Whoa!
Hey!
Swirly!
Verbal sound.
Dude, would it be more or less embarrassing if you were getting bullied and somebody just like dipped your head in the fish toilet and gave you a swirly? I mean, at least you'd have stuff to look at. It'd definitely be more entertaining.
Worked. Yes,
That was really well.
This is a real working toilet. You could poo in here and it would work, except that instead of going into the sewer, your poo would drain into the shower.
Ew,
That's
waffle stopper!
because I rent this place, so I can't actually install the toilet where the toilet should go. And look at this. Are you seeing this? All of the parts of this toilet that flush are completely self-contained. You see this empty space outside of the flushing parts? This is where the fish can live. The AI couldn't come up with this. This is human ingenuity. I'm basically a toilet genius.
Ew! Ah, why is he sprayed? Oh, we did not have to do that.
Oh God, why? Oh, fuck.
That is the highest bidet ever. Like, you'd have to just get standing up already and just start twerking your shit. Watch your tampon in action. Ew!
How does plumbing work? Jesus.
So next I set up the aquarium part of the toilet with all the stuff that fish need to stay alive.
Dude, you know what I would put in here? Gar. And like, if you get a little too close, they just start biting your teeth.
I don't think this is cheating because it's very subtle. I'm just gonna add a little SpongeBob to this for engagement. Because kids love SpongeBob.
I love
But just to
SpongeBob!
make absolute sure that no one would accuse me of animal abuse,
Thank
I
you.
found the most miserable looking, already abused fish I could.
All of
so that
them?
living in a toilet would seem like paradise to them. Whichever one wants freedom the most. Oh, okay, yeah, he volunteered.
It was meant to be.
But even with real fish inside, it still didn't look as good as the AI Slop.
Jellyfish!
Until I stuck some blue LED lights on.
Dude, it's always the LED lights. This used to be like a joke in the cosplay community back in the day. It was like, if you add LED lights to your costume, you automatically win.
And then it became fucking awesome.
Whoa! Whoa! Do fish get trauma? Like, would this be scary to constantly hear like very loud flushing? Like, imagine you lived in your house and there was just like the most annoying upstairs neighbors all the time, just flushing water on top of you. No, they have water streams IRL. Oh. Why did I forget? I forgot they just exist. Dude, imagine water cooling PC with fish. That's probably more abusive. That water is gonna be boiling hot. Brownie! Oh, poo. Ew, that was gross. Oh! I don't look!
Hello. These shorts have been stewing for 3 weeks now, so this is as many views as they're gonna get. So on TikTok, none of my shorts got even 10,000 views,
Aww.
which is especially embarrassing because I have almost 1 million followers on TikTok, and I guess none of them want.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, let me move up a little bit so it's like in front of his wiener. Sometimes TikTok numbers feel fake. Like, not to be like a crazy conspiracy theorist or anything, but like, the numbers on TikTok feel so inflated. I don't know how to explain it. Like, sometimes you'll see somebody on TikTok with like 10 million followers, but they don't even feel like they're real. And they don't even like interact with anything. It's just very weird. I think also it's because like people on TikTok just kind of like scroll and like, and then they just like keep going. Like, I don't think people like really go back to a creator.
To see this. On YouTube, though, things were still bad. All 3 shorts got about 80K views, which is better until you remember that the lowest number we were trying to beat was 1 million views. If
Honestly,
you add all these together,
if he put the shoes, the beer shoes on Instagram Reels, I feel like that would have done numbers. because people on Instagram Reels love to just like joke around and like make like, I don't know, send them to people, goof off. I feel like that's an Instagram Reels.
It's still not even like a reasonable fraction of a million. But then there's Instagram. Horse mobility.
Yes! Dude! Is this not crazy? I'm like summoning this. How did that happen?
Scooter, 90K views, not good. Aquarium toilet has almost 500K views, which would be really good if it wasn't supposed to beat 13 million views.
Okay, the shoes.
And then there's beer mug heels.
The best one! I told you. People on Instagram love to goon.
With 6 million views.
What'd I say? Oh my god!
That is a certified banger. That is a
Yes!
huge number of views from
I tried to
Instagram.
tell
And
you!
At first, honestly, I was worried about where the views were coming from. But then I saw that a bunch of non-perverted accounts
Stupid food. We should start going through Reddits. I feel like stupid food is probably funny.
were stealing and reposting it. So most of the views must be from normal people. And even that is still about half as many views as we needed to beat the original AI Slop.
I don't get why people goon to feed. It seems pointless. Well, I mean, don't tell him about armpits. He's gonna get really upset.
I'm sorry, humanity. We've got to take the L on this one. But I do want to thank all of the real people that gave these shorts a fighting chance, who helped build and film and edit. I hope these guys survive the AI apocalypse. If you
That was a good video. That was really
enjoyed
good.
this video, like it and share it with your friends. If you didn't enjoy this video, then still like it, but share it with your enemies. And either way, thank you for watching. I bet you didn't notice that this ocean behind me was AI generated.
Oh shit!
It's not really. I don't know how to do that. But my point is,
What?
it totally could have been.
Okay, that was crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. Please check out the original. I love watching science and building and engineering videos. I had a lot of fun watching with you guys. And come by the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BerryCrepe, or you could use code Berry at checkout for 10% off your gamer subs order, which also helps me out, so I super appreciate it. Hope you have a great evening. Goodbye, YouTube! Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye!